Welcome back to the channel, Champions of Azeroth. Come dive deeper into the lore with me. Let's see where we left off in Azeroth, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
All able-bodied members of the Horde are hereby ordered to report to Emissary Windsong at Night Haven and Moonglade. Our brothers in the Cenarian Circle report that Deathwing's minions have launched a destructive offensive against the World Tree and threatened to burn it to the ground. Speak with Cenarian Emissary Blackhoof to gain entry into Moonglade. Blackhoof is located at the Tauren District in the Valley of Wisdom in Orgrimmar. Onward, brother.
We knew the Horde would send help, and not a moment too soon. We've heard much about you and your previous accomplishments. It is good that you've come here just as Azeroth finds itself in a time of great need. Deathwing's minions are attacking Hyjal and seek to bring the destructive Ragnaros back into our world. Aranis will take you to join Malfurion's forces in Hyjal. Lend them what help you can.
Azera appears to be in some sort of trance.
The effects of the Twilight's hammer attack can be felt even here, this close to the World Tree. As our forests burn, the very earth turns against us in a crazed frenzy. We can't allow the elementals to go unchecked. Go and help our men. Take care of them. I thank you, hero. Your fighting prowess is admirable. You will be crucial to putting a halt to the elemental onslaught.
This is no mere natural occurrence. There must be a Twilight presence behind our lines that we haven't accounted for. It's possible that whoever is instigating the elemental disturbance is using foul magic to hide themselves from our sight. Seek the aid of the fairy dragons that roam near the World Tree. They can see through any of our enemies' illusions. Feed them the juniper berries that grow nearby to gain their trust. You've done well, hero. We cannot allow the Twilight's hammer spies this close to the World Tree. We've identified the general direction where the infiltrators have been coming from, thanks to your work. Now we just need to shut down their camp and put an end to their operations this side of Nordersill. Take this horn. It will signal one of our emerald drakes to swoop down and give these Twilight cultists a taste of the flames they so madly worship. Excellent, hero. That should put a stop to the attacks once we finish these elementals off.
Azera's eyes look distant, as if not fully acknowledging you.
I feel it as well. Ragnaros has arrived. We must defeat his minions before he can join them and lend them his strength. Seek Malfurion Stormrage at the Tranquil Grove, west of here, and aid his forces in any way you can. I must seek answers from within the Emerald Dream. You must protect the World Tree until I return.
You've arrived just in time, hero. Make no mistake about this. The outcome of this war will determine the very survival of our world as we know it. The Twilight's hammer has become more powerful than ever with Deathwing's return. Should they succeed in taking over the World Tree, they might strike a blow from which we will never recover. It is time we beat back the enemy. It is time we crushed the Twilight's hammer. You've done well, hero, but I fear the battle is far from over.
A powerful artifact known as the Flameseer's Staff was lost during the initial onslaught by the enemy forces. It was an ancient bone staff that granted its wielder power over the elements of fire. Its fragments litter the area around us. Find them and bring them to Malfurion. Perhaps the artifact's power will still be of use.
Excellent, hero. This will be a great weapon against the enemy forces. The large elementals that besiege us are not a singular entity. They are an amalgamation of lesser spirits bound together by the Twilight's hammer cultists' magic. The rebuilt Flameseer's staff will give us enough power to shatter its bonds. Destroy the smaller elementals once you've broken up the more dangerous large ones. Well done, hero. This will help us turn the tide against the enemy. Ragnaros is not the only powerful elemental that has re-emerged into our world. The dreaded Baron Geddon is leading the onslaught, and we must put an end to this rampage. The Flameseer's staff has proven powerful. Perhaps it is powerful enough to weaken him to the point where our archdruids can bind him where he stands. Go and be careful. Baron Geddon is a vengeful and treacherous being. Well done, hero. We cannot afford to lose any further ground in Hyjal. By stopping Baron Geddon, we will have dealt a huge blow to the enemy.
The druids of Hyjal are not the only ones sworn to defend this land. The Emerald Dragons have once again become a powerful ally to our cause. Speak to Elisra at the ruins of Lardonir to the north and see what you can do to help.
My duties are here, viewing the enemy's movement from above, commanding our armies where they're needed. Your aid would be most welcome. I've heard about you and the news you brought from the south. The battle has reached a stalemate, one that I fear is about to be broken by the Fire Lord's reawakening. That it is, unless we tip the scales in our favor in some way. There is a scout that was captured by the Twilight's hammer. I believe she was in possession of valuable intelligence. Find her in the Twilight camp to the west.
Help has arrived at last. I'd been scouting behind enemy lines for nearly a day when they caught me. This attack on our front lines is not what it appears. I'll give you all the details, but first let's find a way to get me out of here. Only the overseers carry keys to these cages. From what I recall, they're in the middle of the crater, in the thick of it. See if you can get a key off of one of them. I am thankful, hero. I will deliver my findings to our people. I thank you for freeing me. I will tell our allies of my findings. I suggest that you return to the Emerald Dragon that sent you. The Twilight's hammer does not just seek to gain territory with this particular attack. They are also after a prisoner. Fandral Staghelm is being held in the Barrow Dens. The attack doubles as a distraction to free him. To what end I cannot tell. Perhaps our dragon ally can shed some light on this.
This development is troubling, hero. We must act swiftly. The Twilight's hammer wants to free Fandral Staghelm. Malfurion suspected his corruption ran deep. This just cements it. At any rate, we cannot allow our enemies to get their hands on such a powerful arch-druid. I've a plan. We will move the prisoner through the Emerald Dream. It will be risky, but with all the cultists present here, it might be the only way to guarantee our success. Speak to Sana Stormrunner, inside the Barrow Dens to the northeast.
The dragon might be right. The Twilight's hammer has breached our security, and this is our most dangerous prisoner.
Elisra's plan might be necessary, adventurer. I don't know how much longer we can hold off the cultists. Fandral Staghelm is bound by powerful spells. He won't be able to escape you, even inside the Emerald Dream. Beware, though, for all we know, the nightmare has spread to this part of the world inside the dream. Take Fandral to the surface and hand him to Elisra. Let us hope he's more secure in Moonglade than he is here.
You did well, adventurer. I will take Fandral to Moonglade myself. His prison will be far enough from the battlefront there. I will take Fandral to Moonglade swiftly. I hope to return soon so I may continue to aid in the battle. In the meantime, report back to Izera and inform her of these recent developments.
Elisra's decision might not have been the wisest, adventurer. Yet, there is little time to worry about that now. I bring important discoveries from the Emerald Dream. It'll be crucial to reclaim each of the ancient shrines. Adventurer, follow the road west of the verdant thicket into Wolf's Run. We have operatives stationed there. Aid them in any way that you can and work your way to the first shrine. The wolf god was known to the elves as Goldrin, and to the orcs as Logosh. He will be a fierce ally in our fight against the enemy.
Izera sent you. Good. We need all the help we can. We'll never be able to recover the shrines to the ancients so long as Twilight's hammer controls the roads. Somehow we've got to stem the flood. Twilight's hammer has revealed itself as more than a mere cult. They're a war machine. A swarm of locusts moving up the mountain, devouring anything in their way. The parts of the forest they're not setting ablaze are being scoured of life in order to feed the mortal cultists. We've got to put a stop to the hunters canvassing Wolf's Run, not only to preserve what wildlife remains, but to force the cult to march on empty stomachs. Look south of here, as well as up the road to the east. Thank you, adventurer. I worry that our actions here may be too little, Too late. But nature always has a way of rebuilding itself that never ceases to amaze.
Cho'Gall's Twilight Proviters swear a blood oath that they will get their supplies through to the front, pledging a pound of their own considerable flesh for every pound of supplies they fail to deliver. They would rather die than fail. See to it that they do both. Well done! The chaos we sow back here will be felt up and down the chain of command.
Prisoners of the Twilight's Hammer are forced to lug around sundries for the war effort. Like common pack animals, I want those supplies, and if we can free a few poor souls from the Hammer's shadowy grip, all the better. Kill the slave drivers along the road to our south, and nearby slaves should make a break for it. Search the packs they leave behind for anything valuable, and destroy anything you can't carry. JD kicks open one of the crates and picks up a carved dagger. Within, she immediately winces in pain. Ugh! Curse! This metal is cursed. It bites. When the dagger falls to the ground, it shatters as if made of brittle glass. What demented workmanship is this, adventurer? I've never fought any foe like this before.
Have you heard of Logosh, the Wolf Ancient? In the Alliance tongue, he is known as Goldrin. I don't need to tell you how important the Wolf God has been to the Horde. His tenacity under adversity has been an inspiration to all of our disparate races. Southwest of here, down in the valley, lies a shrine to Goldrin. My friend Takrik Hyjal was refurbishing the shrine when I stopped hearing from him. I fear the worst. Please find Takrik and make sure the shrine is okay.
Loktar, adventurer, don't worry about this cage. These animals will come to fear me before long. My first priority is to clear this filth away from my beloved shrine. The shrine has been taken, adventurer. We need the tenacity of Logosh now more than ever. These defilers, the lice-ridden wolfmen running rampant over the shrine, dishonor the memory of the wolf god. They arrived with the Twilight's Hammer, howling with their own twisted religion. They seek to corrupt noble Logosh to fit their own warped pantheon. Kill them, and bring me the tools of their worship, a kind of polluted incense. I must understand what they want with this shrine.
Takrik examines the incense.
Disgusting. This is like the incense we burn when we wish to commune with the spirits. But it's befouled. The actions of these feral dogs are beginning to make sense. The Twilight's Hammer fears the power of the Ancients. They do not want Logosh to return. So they've summoned their own wolf god, a perversion of what once was. Lycanthoth, the Corruptor. Adventurer, Lycanthoth is but a shadow of Logosh's power. But the beast must be destroyed so that the true Ancient can return. Take this incense and burn it in the maw of Lycanthoth east of here. Slay the monstrosity and free the spirit of Logosh.
You were brave to face down Lycanthoth, adventurer. Like myself, he was a primal force of nature, but his origins were from a darker place. Those who birthed that beast reached deep into the blackness, channeling powers never intended for this world. Come, adventurer. Climb onto my back, and let us show these beasts the true face of ferocity. Yes, adventurer. I am Goldrin, the one called Logosh in your tongue. Your persistence in the face of fear has unbound me from Twilight's grasp. My shrine has been purified, and my worshippers have returned to their rightful place at my right paw. Return to Takrik and continue your work here in Hyjal. I will have need of you again soon.
Adventurer, it was incredible. For a fleeting moment I saw Logosh through the trees, a creature of both fury and light. My cage collapsed and the vandals melted like wax under the kiss of his claws, their screams and howls echoing through the valley. Was that your work? We are well on our way to returning the shrine to its former glory, adventurer. But there is some house cleaning to take care of. On the other side of this meadow, some ogre squatters are setting up camp, led by a thick-headed chunk of ugly by the name of Gargle. Kill Gargle's minions and see if we can't send him packing. So you really sent some heads rolling, did you? It was said during the War of the Ancients that Logosh fought demons for 10 days solid. Hopefully you weren't fighting that long.
I know of a drought that should jolt these gibbering former slaves back into reality. Gather some stunbloom from the rocks around Gargle Hovel, some bitter blossom from the shores of the nearby lake, and a dark flame ember from one of the braziers at the hovel entrance. The drought won't last long, so combine the ingredients at a twilight cauldron by the entrance to the hovel. One sip of the drought should knock some sense into the brainwashed slaves. Dump out the current contents of the cauldron, instantly killing the surrounding plant life. The drought you brew in its place boils chunky and reeks of rotten cabbage. You turn your head aside and bottle it up.
The ogre clan across the lake is led by Gargle. I use the term loosely. Gargle has the intelligence of raw beef. So far as I can tell, Gargle is taking orders from a magical instrument. The Eye of Twilight. He follows its commands unquestioningly. If we can sabotage the Eye, we can cause unimaginable havoc. Go to Gargle's hovel and seek out the Eye of Twilight near the entrance. Study it. Find a way to subvert it. Marvelous chaos.
You approach the Eye of Twilight. As your fingertips graze its luminescent surface, you are aware of a malignant presence peering back at you, searching your soul. Instinctively, you draw back. During your brief communion with the Eye, you felt that its power source lay deep within the hovel. You felt the weight of a powerful tome binding together 4 elements. Mastering the Eye will require you to search the hovel for this tome. A heavy tome bound in flesh lies open on the table. The language, pictographic and scrawled in rust-colored ink, is undecipherable, but notes and translations are tucked within several pages. This must be what you're looking for. You can't read the text, but diagrams seem to indicate that the devices around you should be activated in a set order. One passage of the Apocrypha has been translated to modern text. What in the beginning was shadow eternal. Hate blazed forth, and fire was born. Wounds scabbed, and so begat earth. Cries of anguish birthed howling wind, wherein the skies wept seas of tears. We live in the shadow, the world we know built of rage, hurt, anguish, and sorrow. Flush with the energies of the captured elementals, you stand before the Twilight Apocrypha. The pages turn of their own accord. Suddenly, you see what the Eye sees. It is yours to command.
Kristoff cranes his neck, trying to look you in the eye. Listen, you gotta get me out of here. They're either going to eat me or turn me in over to the Twilight's Hammer. Maybe both. They've padlocked me in, and Gorgal keeps the key in his personal treasure chest. Kill Gorgal if you have to, but get that key. Kristoff flails his limbs helplessly. Kristoff reaches down to snatch the key. It's about time. He squirms in his bonds, trying to reach the padlock behind his back. Can I get a little help here?
You reach up to unfasten Kristoff's bonds.
Good. Make a break for the exit, and I'll follow. If we get separated, check back here to make sure I haven't been recaptured.
Kristoff. Oh, yes. I remember now. I recall sending him on what amounted to a suicide mission. He survived. I suppose that means he failed. Still, you deserve at least some coin for the trouble.
Rio said that the drought would not remain effective for long. You better hurry into the hovel and administer it to as many Twilight servitors as you can find. Excellent. Let's hope the damage wasn't permanent. Judging by the poor victims still in the camp here, the Twilight's hammer really messed with their heads.
You force your own image into the eye, manipulating it to give the ogres different orders. As you do so, you feel another presence within the eye, probing you, seeking out a weakness. A distant being fumes with rage. You've made some enemies today. Your work here is done, and the ogres will be friendly to you. Return to Royce Duskwhisper at the Shrine of Goldrin, and let him know what you've accomplished.
Hello, yes. What? You? Oh, you're one of the ones I sent after the Eye of Twilight, aren't you? Good work, very good. I suppose that's a valuable lesson. Never to take orders from a big purple ball.
The shrine is secure. The ogre's in disarray. Enough. The time has come to go on the offensive. Something sinister is underway above us, on the lightning ledge. It is time to unleash the fury of the ancients. Fly up to the lightning ledge and demolish the Twilight's hammer there. Crush them, adventurer. Slay their creations and hurl their bodies from the mountainside. Impressive, adventurer. Very impressive. You embody all of the strength of the wolf ancient, and possess the wisdom to use your powers well. I salute you. Logosh granted me a vision while you were in the hovel, adventurer. I saw you striding across the lightning ledge with lightning bolts in your hand. The vision was powerful. Logosh feels this is of utmost importance. We must not fail the ancient. Upon the lightning ledge, Twilight's hammer has been experimenting with devices they call lightning channels. Investigate one of these channels, then use this totem to summon the spirit of Logosh, and learn what the ancient is planning.
So, it is true. You indeed carry lightning in your hands. You are the chosen one, adventurer. You will be my champion, and carry my vengeance to realms where I cannot tread. Atop the lightning ledge, the Twilight's hammer has erected an enormous flame gate. I do not know where it leads. I know it is not of this realm, and I cannot enter. None of my other followers have returned. I need you to enter this realm and be my fangs within. Step through the flame gate. If he is still alive, meet with Jordan Olafson inside. He will give you a token that will allow you to use my powers in that realm. Be bold, adventurer. Find out where that flame gate leads, and destroy whatever lies within.
Ah, you are the champion Logosh promised. Your eyes don't deceive you. You have entered the Firelands, an elemental plane of molten stone and fire. We've got our work cut out for us here. Put aside your differences with the Alliance. There's plenty of danger to go around. And take this. The Fang of Logosh will allow you to channel the Ancient's power here within the Firelands. Use it well. The weapons the Twilight's hammer uses against us are crafted by Forge Master Piranduis within these very halls. The metal slices through armor like cheese in the hands of its wielder. Yet when captured, the steel turns brittle and shatters. So be it, adventurer. I'd rather see those cursed arms smashed than delivered to our enemy. Seek out the crates of Twilight arms in these caverns and smash them to pieces. Good, good. I like nothing more than to see the works of our enemy destroyed. These Searing Guardians are murderous. We destroy them, and within minutes, they reignite from the ashes. I think there's a way to destroy them permanently, but we'll need someone who can fight through the front ranks. Adventurer, kill the Searing Guardians and take their smoldering cores to the nearby anvils. Smash them on the Twilight anvils and destroy them for good. Great work. There was a time when adventurers would collect these cores in order to craft mediocre fire-resistant equipment. But for now, I'm glad just to destroy these fiends once and for all.
Here we are deep within the realm of the fire god, and what do we find? The little puppets of Ragnaros scurrying around to do his bidding. These dark iron laborers are finishing and packaging the weapons Twilight's hammer hopes to use in their conquest of Hyjal. I don't care if they're here of their own free will, or if they've been brainwashed or kidnapped. They're a foe of our beloved wolf, Ancient, and they should pay the ultimate price. Dead. Good. They sealed their fate when they threw their lot in with Ragnaros and his kingdom of flame. Leave their bodies down here to crumble into ash.
Twilight's Hammer is using these corridors and others like them to move supplies from the elemental planes up into Azeroth. In order to seal these passages off, we're going to need to know how they are constructed. Find for me the Tome of Openings, used by elementals to open gates between the planes. Cindermaul the Portal Master should have one. You'll have to kill him. Careful, he's probably got some tricks up his sleeve. This is a tome we've heard about. Jordan hifts the stone slab into his arms and looks it over. I guess it's good that I can read some of the elemental script. I'll work on translating this. Meanwhile, there's one final problem to take care of.
A terrible evil squats in the heart of this cavern adventurer. Vault Master Perendius has personally crafted many of the cursed weapons that Twilight's Hammer is using in their conquest of the realms above. Before we leave these lands of flame, Perendius must die. He will not go down easy. But, if I'm reading the tome correctly, we can briefly open up small gateways to the Abyssal Maw, the realm of water. Lure Perendius onto a portal rune and activate it to weaken him. It is done. We'll seal this fiery hole up behind us and let the minions of the Twilight's Hammer discover the corpses we left behind. We couldn't have done it without you, adventurer. I'll usher out the rest of the followers of Logosh and seal this portal behind us. The rest of our forces at Mount Hyjal will want to hear of this victory. Return to Takrik Hyjal and let him know what we've discovered and how we were triumphant. Simply step through the portal to return to Mount Hyjal.
They're moving supplies to Hyjal straight from the elemental planes. Devious. You've made Logosh proud by sealing that flame gate, adventurer, but there may be more portals to seal. You should check with the other shrines.
Do you see it, adventurer? From the ridge southwest of here. Plumes of black smoke curling into the sky. Mount Hyjal is burning. If the fires have raced this far up the mountain, surely they threaten the grove of Asina and all of our forces there. Can you investigate? Speak with Lena Nightsky. Last I heard, she was fighting off the assault.
Can this wait, adventurer? The battle is not going well. Oh, you're here to help. I hope you don't mind a little heat. The inferno raging up ahead marks the front line between us and the forces of the Fire Lord. The fire elementals unleashed here are unlike any I've ever encountered. Can you help us stem the tide of destruction? Slay the raging firestorms before they engulf Asina's grove and erase all hope of someday reclaiming this mountain. Thank you, adventurer. You've given us the opportunity to try to reclaim the upper hand. The firestorms up ahead are unbound elementals in the purest form, something I didn't think could exist outside their own plane. Only very skilled summoners could unleash something like this. Adventurer, head into the Inferno and seek out Twilight Inferno Lords. They've got to be summoning in reinforcements as we speak. Silence them. For good. Dead. Good. But it seems there's still so much to be done. Fires to quench, and the soil to heal. I hope you'll stay close and help us reclaim Hyjal.
Help us, adventurer. The forest is aflame, and the wee animals can't find their way out. They can't fight for themselves with their teeny tiny little teeth and their soft furry paws. They're fluffy and sweet. They have wet little noses. If you don't save them, I don't want to even think about it. She slaps her palms over her eyes. I'm not thinking. Squee! Did the nice Mrs. Adventurer pull you from the flames, little friend? You're safe now. Hooray!
South of here, you'll find a solitary tower, known as Blackhorn's Penance. Upon it is bound a demon, Tyrus Blackhorn. You may think me mad for turning to an old foe for help, but Blackhorn was once a mortal, and I can't imagine he wants to watch Twilight's Hammer triumph. Speak with Blackhorn and see if you can convince him to help us in our fight. He may yet redeem himself. Just don't set him free.
Very well, adventurer. I will help you mortals, even from within my bonds. But don't sicken me by claiming it's my redemption. I do this for my own ends.
We will decimate the Twilight's Hammer by corrupting and subverting them. Seeing that you have no intention of releasing me from my bonds, I require you to collect some reagents for me. My own demonic essence has corrupted the plant life around my shrine here. I need you to harvest some bile berries from the wailing weeds that surround this tower. My little pets will attempt to harvest you in return. Try not to let them agitate one another. Very good. Please crush the berries into a pulpy liquid. That's quite an aroma, isn't it? Now, don't gag. It's beneath you.
The potion you created is vile enough to wake the dead, which is its intended purpose. Slay a Twilight Inferno lord and force the brew down his throat. He will revive, if only briefly, and be completely under your dominance. Speak with him, and learn the true name of the fire elemental he is channeling into the world to burn down your precious forest.
The wretched creature before you speaks in a wavering voice, its body broken, but briefly animated by Blackhorn's vile potion.
Yes, Master. We called upon the fury and flame of the One, my former master. The Inferno is by his design. His true name is never uttered. It holds his power. Each of us was told but a piece. Each piece engraved on a firestone. The One's true name is here in the Inferno. Seek the 3 stones.
Yes, show me the runes you discovered. Voltalo Zolimbar. That's the name of your real enemy. Presumably you're dealing with one of Ragnaros' generals, sent here to scorch the mountainside and pave the way for his conquest. I will show you how to crush him.
Now you will use our newfound knowledge to pull Thorol Embar into the mortal plane like a babe screaming from the womb. Then you will crush him. The ritual is simple. Take this charred branch, tap it on the ground 3 times and under his name aloud. You must call him from within the heart of the Inferno. Destroy him and bring his black heart back to me. There it is, such a trophy, born in the fires of another plane. Go ahead, adventurer, crush it. Crush his charcoal heart in your hands and let the wind scatter the ashes. Yes.
Do you speak deer? It's all in the nose.
She points to her nose.
The does have fled the fires, but they're little fawns. Some of them are still trapped in the burning and the hurt. Go back into the Inferno and escort 3 injured fawns back here to their mothers right here beside me. Please save the little fawns, or I'll give you the big eyes.
Her eyes grow big and dew.
Oh, yay. Happy little deer. Now they can grow up and have adventures. You're swell.
Blackhorn used the power of Tholimbar's remains to slip his bonds. But at least the Inferno seems to be subsiding. Matterclaw will want to know what happened here. She's waiting for you back at the Grove of Acina.
What? Blackhorn helped you combat the Inferno but escaped in the process. That crafty weasel. It's not your fault, adventurer. He'd probably been plotting this the moment he saw the flames begin creeping up the mountain. We'll have to deal with him later.
We might have a chance to beat these flames back thanks to your work in the Inferno. Still, more wildlife is threatened. Keeper Taldros ran north through the flames to Whistling Grove. See if you can help him.
The forest is being devoured. Do not fear the bears in this grove, adventurer. I have pacified them for the moment. My concern at present is for the welfare of the bear cubs. The fires drove the little ones up the trees, where they've gotten stuck. We've got to get those bears safely to the ground. Flying creatures frighten them. So you'll have to climb the trees yourself. Look for footholds at the trunks. Climb the trees, grab the bear cubs, and toss them, gently, onto the target here. Nothing can go wrong with this plan. I thank you, adventurer. Those little bears are shaken up, but they'll survive. At least the ones that hit the mat. Adventurer, these fiends from the Twilight's Hammer are attempting to scourge this whole mountain clean of all life. Even now they trail behind this Inferno, leaving death and ash in their wake. Archdruid Hamuel Runatotem is behind the fires, trying to salvage the wilderness before it's blotted permanently from the map. Travel southeast, through the Inferno, and down the road beyond. Find and aid the Archdruid. On your way there, clear the roads by killing any Charbringers that you find.
Very good. The Twilight's Hammer must be sent the message that we will never give up.
This land has been scourged by fire, but it may yet renew itself. Some seeds deep in the soil may have withstood the scorching heat here in the Flame Wake. These durable plants are the key to this forest regrowth. Please, collect some of these seedlings for me. The Archdruid inspects the seedlings. These seedlings have survived an apocalypse. Even a handful hold great power. Life always replenishes itself, often stronger than before. Once the way is clear, we will use these to perform a miracle on the mountain. Adventurer, you will see. I was stunned to discover the Twilight's hammer had located and imprisoned the great turtle ancient Tortola. As we speak, he is chained above the murky waters of the Ashen Lake. Freeing Tortola from his bonds will not be easy, but we will take it one step at a time. Head into the Flame Wake and collect for me heaps of core hound entrails. I will explain why later, and beware of Nemesis, the usurper, while you are there. His time will come, but we are not yet prepared. Very good. We will need these to act as bait while they are still warm. Here's my plan.
In their efforts to decimate Hyjal, Twilight's hammer has elementals scouring the earth in the wake of the fire. They're pulverizing the soil, rooting around in the ash, digging up any scrap of plant life that survived, and destroying it. It's like they're paving the way for. I don't even want to imagine. Stop them before Hyjal is devoid of life. Kill the lava surgers. Good work, adventurer. There's a chance the forest will recover from this yet. Now, there's something else I need you to take care of for me. The Archdruid has tasked me with setting up a series of flame words around the perimeter of the area. Once these are active, we can prevent further attacks from the fire elementals that left this valley in ruins. These will also protect and nourish the soil for whatever Hummel has planned. It's time to begin. Find one of the 5 flame words I've marked on your map, activate it, and defend it from counterattack until its magic kicks in. It won't take more than a minute. That's good. Between your work and the work of a few others, that valley is secure from a counterattack. I've done all I can. It's all up to you and the Archdruid now.
Fresh and stinking, these innards will prove to be irresistible for Nemesis, the befouled turtle god created by Twilight's hammer. Nemesis must eventually be destroyed, but first we must collect a piece of his fiery armored shell. With it, we will be able to work some magic to free the true ancient. Go into the Flame Wake and drop this bait near Nemesis. It will distract him, pry off a piece of his shell, then run if you hope to survive the encounter. The Archdruid takes the shell from you with surprising reverence. Nemesis is an instrument of evil, but he was forged from a shell fragment of the true ancient. We will exploit this connection.
The Archdruid fills the shell fragment with water, which boils instantly. He adds a bundle of herbs and closes his eyes in a silent prayer.
Adventurer Tortola the Turtle, ancient is ageless, a part of this world since the time of the Titans. He speaks a language older than our understanding. Drink this and find a place of calm within yourself. You will be able to understand the language of Tortola. Go to him now, in the Ashen Lake. Earn the Ancient's trust. The fate of Hyjal hinges on this.
Adventurer, this tongue is not yours. What do you want, tormentor? From the deep, a realm of darkness and fire, grasping in my slumber. I am ensnared, adventurer. Shadows lurk in the rods of fire beside me. Slay them, that I may be free again.
Tortola quivers and shakes debris free from his great back.
You are not like the others. I am free once again. The others will pay. My children, they lie below. In silt and sand, the others corrupt them, darken them within their shells. Slay the others. Destroy the corruptors. Save them. Adventurer, you are not like the others. Braver, stronger, a part of this world, and not the shadow that came before. Thank you. I slumbered in the healing silt of Hyjal. I slept until the world broke open. When the others came, I was not ready. I am ready now, adventurer. My children and I, slow to anger, but our wrath is final. Tell those who sent you that we are prepared for war.
The others will be cast from the mountain.
Adventurer, you were able to earn the Ancients' trust. Wonderful. We are one step closer to taking back this mountain.
Your expertise is needed elsewhere, adventurer. Just southwest of the World Tree, you will find the Shrine of Aviana, home to the Druids of the Talon. Aviana, the matron of all winged creatures, gave her life for this world 10,000 years ago. I sense her shrine is being threatened, as are the Druids who guard it. Seek out Kaluna, one of the wisest of the winged Druids, deep within the shrine.
Izera herself sent you to me? Oh, it's an honor to speak with a representative of the aspects. It's true that our shrine is in jeopardy. The harpies we once sheltered in our boughs have suddenly turned against us. But please, don't rejoin the fight until you are ready. Our shrine is no mere battleground. Use its peace and power to center yourself. Although the guardian of all winged creatures is no longer with us in body, I sometimes hear her voice in the whisper of swaying leaves. Adventurer, we ask much of you as you set out to preserve this mountain. Before going on, take a moment to reflect. Take this offering of nectar to Aviana's burial circle, a circle of stones just outside the main door of the shrine. Perhaps some time alone with Aviana's memory will help sharpen your focus.
A whispered plea rings within your head.
To be born again, but in darkness. I have been stolen away.
The spirit appears frantic, but falls silent as her image fades.
Skylord Omniron has been too gentle with the Wormwing Harpies. He allows them to share a perch on this mountain, just because they're creatures of the air. Well, adventurer, not all creatures of the air are created equal. When the attacks on Hyjal began, the Wormwing went into a frenzy. They're up there right now, assaulting a sacred shrine they once claimed to revere. I'm not troubled. Now we have a reason to drive them from Hyjal, don't we?
Cicely nods contentedly, her eyes sparkling.
Feels great to be off the leash, doesn't it?
There's a pattern to those worm-wing attacks. While groups make a showy assault on the shrine itself, others swoop into the nearby nest and make off with eggs from all of the flying creatures of Hyjal. These animals are under our protection. Before we find out why the wormwing are doing this, it's up to us to rescue as many eggs as we can from their talon. Good, that's a start. The birds who laid these eggs will never accept them again, so we'll have to raise these birds as orphans in the shrine here, where Aviana here, she never would have let this travesty happen. But on to business.
You can't make sense of the spirit's urgent plea, but maybe Chaluna can decipher what's going on here. Speak with Chaluna back inside the shrine.
Slow down, adventurer. You look as though you've seen a ghost.
It's time to get to the bottom of this. We need to interrogate the matron of these beasts. Marion Wormwing will capture her alive. Here's the plan. The Harpies communicate across the ridge using a series of signal fires. If we extinguish one, Marion is sure to come investigate. You fight her as a distraction while I sneak up behind and grab her. I'll leave the questioning to you. Let's get her, adventurer. Salar, the Harpies are tools of some sort of dragon, Cetria. But what are the dragons doing to those eggs? And what's this special egg that Cytheria wanted so badly? This is beyond me, adventurer. I've given a report to Skylord Omniron. He'll know what to do next.
A winged visage? Could it be? Adventurer, there's no time to waste. You may have been speaking to Aviana herself, trying to return to us. I'll need something from Aviana's past to reach out to her. High atop the ridge overlooking the shrine, you'll find a series of huge nests belonging to Blythe, an ancient bird of prey that was once her consort. For 10,000 years, he's been mad with grief. Go to one of his roosts and use this call to summon him, kill Blythe, and bring me one of his feathers. That was nasty work, adventurer, but it had to be done, and if Aviana is truly to be resurrected, then perhaps your actions have enabled Blythe to someday come back as well. Now let's see if we can contact our long-lost guardian. The dragon Cytheria must be stopped. We know that her roost is south of here, along the southern cliffs of Hyjal, but beyond that we know little else. I have sent Cecily on a fact-finding mission to Cytheria's roost. She specifically requested for your help. Evidently made quite an impression with the young druid. Meet Cecily just beyond the tunnel and leading to Cethia's roost. And remember that this is a fact-finding mission. Don't do anything crazy. Ah, adventurer, I was hoping to see you out here. What? Omnaron calls this a fact-finding mission? Ah, facts are best found on corpses. Let's do some damage. First order of business is to thin the herd here. This place crawls. Let's start slaughtering these dragonkin and worry about why they're here later. You're good at this. I like you. Do you see what they're doing here? They're affixing armored plates onto the dragonkin, a page out of Deathwing's book, I suppose. Those Twilight Juggernauts look like they'll be invincible once they're complete. There's got to be a way around the armor plating. Run out there and fetch some of the Twilight armor plates that are awaiting to be installed. We'll figure out how to beat this. Look at these things. Ugh, the runes make my eyes hurt. This one here is meant to sear flesh. Seriously? Ouch. Wait a minute. These plates are designed to be riveted directly into flesh. The pain must be unbearable. This elaborate book contains hundreds of vellum pages bound within a slate cover. It's written in many languages, most unfamiliar. Carefully inked illustrations depict sorcerers or even entire buildings vanishing into curtains of shadow. Many illustrations depict magical artifices like those you see around camp. You suspect the dragon Cytheria is trying to keep something hidden. Thessaly will want to hear about this. They're doing what? They're cloaking something? Of course, so our aerial scouts can't see anything with our eagle eyes. Skylord Omnaron wants us to find Aviana's egg, and I can almost guarantee you it's cloaked by one of Cytheria's shadow devices. Search around the camp for shadow cloak generators and shut those things down until you find the egg. Once you've unveiled it, I'll call out to the other druids. Defend that egg until we can carry it to safety. Go get that egg, adventurer. We did it, adventurer. Aviana's egg should soon be tucked safely in the bowels of her shrine. Do you think this means she'll really return to us? We have to stop these juggernauts before they're completely encased in armor. Right now, they're vulnerable, but only if we pry aside the plates and hack at the marred flesh beneath. Take my shiv and jam it in between the plates of armored juggernauts to deprive them of their armor. Once they break from their trance, you're in for a tough fight. Keep prying, loose that armor, and stop those juggernauts. That was some fancy blade work, adventurer. There's one less threat for us to worry about in Hyjal. While you've been raiding Cytheria's nest, messages have been flying back and forth between here and the shrine. Skylord Omnaron was at first reluctant, but I've persuaded my fellow druids to risk a direct assault on Cytheria herself. Everyone agreed to the plan. Provide you spearhead the attack, take the signal flare, and engage Cytheria on the far ridge. When she reveals her true colors and shifts into her dragon form, fire the rocket and backup will arrive to help you. Cytheria is slain. I knew it was worth the risk. I'll stay here to look for survivors, but I imagine they'll want to see you back at the shrine. Aviana's egg should have arrived safely back at the shrine. You should go check on it. Choluna should know how to handle this. I'll finish the last of our business here and catch up with you later. Adventurer, is it true you led an assault against Twilight Dragon? You are truly Herald of the Ancients. I'm convinced that you are the Herald of Aviana, adventurer. It was you who first saw her and rescued her essence from the claws of a dragon. Yes, I believe Aviana is to be reborn into our world, and you shall have that honor of ushering her over the threshold. Take this incense and burn it before Aviana's egg in the room just above me. The ancient awaits, adventurer. Our deliverance is here. I live. Those that tried to corrupt me and kidnap my children will soon feel the rake of my talons, adventurer. Believe it. Continue to push forward across Hyjal. I will collect myself and assemble with the other ancients. Adventurer, Choluna spoke true. The goddess has returned, a miracle in our midst. While you were able to kill the Twilight Dragon Cytheria, we have not yet located all of the eggs that the Harpies had delivered to her. Thessaly and I have tracked them down to a great hatchery constructed within the Firelands. It is not of this realm, so Aviana cannot accompany you. Fly south and enter the Flame Gate in the center of the valley. Farden Talonstrike has been sent ahead and will be waiting for you within. So it is true, Aviana has returned, with you as her herald. There's much to be done here, and we are deep in the heart of the Firelands. Cytheria has smuggled stolen eggs from Mount Hyjal here to hatch her own hideous creations, birds of prey, trained for war. I hope you're ready to fight back. Adventurer, our enemy is using this grotto in the Firelands to prepare an invasion. We're going to hit them hard right where they live. But first, you'll need to get your wings. Flight in the Firelands does not work as it does in the outside world. Something about the dense, superheated air, you'll need to practice. Get a Twilight Fire Lance from the rack behind me, equip it, and then mount one of Aviana's guardians. Practice flying, flap your wings, visit a flag placed on the ledge below, and return. Well done. How does it feel? It is challenging to master flight in that burning wasteland, but it's the only way. I hope you're ready for the battle, adventurer. Here they come, adventurer, the Twilight Night Riders, astride black buzzards, birthed in the scorching, sulphurous breeding pools of the Firelands. The only way to defeat them is from the sky. Take wing once more, adventurer, and slay them. Run into them, riders, with your lance to destroy them. Go forth. Fly, fool, fly. Spectacular flying, adventurer. Their screeches of anguish echoed about this light-forsaken cavern, but our work is not yet finished. You stirred up the hornet's nest, adventurer. The ceiling is coming down on us, and their strongest fighters are taking wing on creatures warped and twisted by the world of flame. Get back out there and take them down. Watch out for flaming boulders. By the wings of Aviana, you were born to fly, adventurer. Quickly, let's get back out there and hit them again. Without any defenders, the Firelands' eggs are vulnerable. Take wing once more and smash those eggs. Simply rush over them to crush them. Search all the nooks and crannies and side caves. Hurry. A decisive blow. Adventurer, you've done all you can here. This whole cavern is about to collapse in on itself. I'll gather up the last of our feathered steeds and ensure that the flame gate is sealed behind me. You should go on ahead and let Aviana know that this abominable hatchery is no more. Aviana's face is immobile as you tell her about what happened within the hatchery. They stole my eggs, adventurer. They took them to that foul place and corrupted them. My children, stolen, tormented, killed in a vat of flame. Yes, we will make Twilight's hammer pay. But I confess, part of me wants to fly up and simply watch this whole world burn. You have awakened the ancients, adventurer, but the wilderness spirit, Asiana, remains silent. With her help, we can turn the tide of this attack and undo the damage Twilight's hammer has done. There may be one who can help us. The oldest of the trees, Nerdu, stood in the center of what is now the Flame Wake for thousands of years. His wisdom is as old as the mountain. If that old tree still lives, perhaps he can awaken Asiana. Seek him out. I have not perished. It is too late for me, burned to all but the core. I have lived eons, yet still my end seems sudden. New life can spring from old. I still have wisdom to pass on. Please, do not let them take me before my work is done. Keep the tormentors at bay. Just a little longer, adventurer. Give me minutes, and I will give you thousands of lifetimes. Thank you, adventurer. I am ready now. All that I am and all that this forest once was is now yours. The finger-like branches of one of Nerdu's burning limbs part, revealing an untouched glimmering seed. This is the heart of the forest, the seed of life. Take this to your archdruid at Asina's grove. Hamwell Bruntunum will know how to invoke its power, I promise you. The wilderness spirit will be silent no longer. New life will bloom from the ashes of the old. Thank you, adventurer. My time is done. This is the key, adventurer. With the seedling you collected for me earlier, the animals you've saved from around Hyjal, and the heart of the forest you've just discovered, we can rejuvenate this land right from under the feet of Twilight's hammer. Imagine their astonishment to see their work undone as life triumphs over chaos. I will begin the ceremony at once. The mountain blooms again. If we act quickly, we can press out our advantage. Our old friend Tortola, the turtle ancient, is already on the move at his own pace, of course. Finding Tortola east of here and head to the path leading down into the scorched plains. Our strongholds there fell early in the campaign, but perhaps now we can reclaim them. Adventurer, I remember you, savior of my children. The time has come for vengeance. My nemesis still lives. The servant of fire still come. We must pursue into their den. The ogres know the way. Slay the field captains. Recover the glyph of opening. This is the way. The power is ancient, primitive, easy. We will use it against them. We held out as long as we could, adventurer, but the flames, the heat, we lost the whole town. Captain Irontree refused to pull back when the flames engulfed us. Our forces are scattered. Maybe some of the others survived. We can mount a counterattack, go into the scorched plain, and rescue any lost wardens that got separated from the group. Then find Captain Irontree. He's probably taking up a fortified position in the middle of the fighting. You've assembled the survivors? Good, good. And the rest of the mountain? Healed? Haha, strike me down. We're on the front lines again. The fiery army that caused so much devastation up the hill has retreated east of here. Only the Scorched Lords remains in action. If we can't punch a hole through their lines to regroup with Captain Irontree's forces, the whole offensive may collapse. Adventurer, I'm in no shape to continue fighting, but you look like you can do some damage. Slay those Scorched Lords and regroup with the Captain Irontree. You killed how many? Well, quite a show. I guess my men don't have any more excuses. Reinforcements? I thought we were going to fight this out to the bitter end. Very few of the Guardians of Hyjal remain, and our supplies are running out. The battlefield around our holdout here must be littered with serviceable arrows. I know it's beneath your abilities, but can you gather up some spent ammunition? It's the only way we can replenish our supplies. Wonderful, still sharp. A little blood on the fletching, but they'll fly true. Thank you, adventurer. Our defense of Hyjal can continue. It looks like most of Twilight's hammer has fallen back to regroup for another assault. Their most dedicated are staying behind to hold the line. This is our chance to whittle away at their leadership. Range out along the scorched plain and crush the Twilight field captains. We'll remove them from the equation. Terrific. Twilight's hammer will no doubt try to retake the mountain, but they'll have to do it without the leadership of those fat four-brained thugs. Memorize the glyph. Take it within yourself. Draw it on the ground before the flame gate, east of here. Enter the Firelands. I cannot come with you, but my children await inside. Find Garunda Mountain Peak within the realm of flame. You were sent by the turtle god? Bless his almighty shell. I thought I was trapped down here forever. This cavern is an abomination, adventurer, and it is filled with horrors for the depths. I don't want any of these things getting through the portal to the outside world. Slay everything. So it is done, knowing that the Twilight's hammer is in league with creatures of malice such as these. It really curdles the blood. The dark usurper Nemesis fled here when the fires of Hyjal receded. We are not yet strong enough to defeat Nemesis, adventurer, but we may be able to turn his own strength against him. I will send a child of Tortola with you, one of the children freed earlier from the Twilight's corruption. Search the depths of this cave for a Nemesis crystal and allow the young turtle to examine it. See me if you lose your companion. Ah, yes, the secret strength of Nemesis unearthed here in these caverns. We know all that we need to know. Adventurer, it is time to finish this. Your turtle companion can use its newfound power to render the two of you invulnerable for a short period of time. You can turtle up to avoid the worst of Nemesis and his fury. To do so, simply invoke this totem. This is all I can do for you. Together, you and the child of Tortola must defeat Nemesis. Once and for all, finish the usurper. Return to me if you lose your turtle friend. The usurper has perished. Twilight's hammer dreamed of creating their own pantheon of twisted ancients to rule over the land, sea, and air. With your help, they've all been executed. We must tell Tortola at once. I'll escort the children of Tortola out of here and seal up this accursed portal. I'll leave it to you to inform Tortola of our victory. Simply step back through the gate. The ancient will be pleased. You've been to the Firelands? Nemesis is dead. So it is finished. Thank you. Nemesis destroyed, I feel rejuvenated, powerful, awakened. Tell you, Sarah, my strength is hers. The Twilight's hammer will fall. By relieving Tortola of his final burdens, you have acquired for us a formidable ally, and the final piece of the puzzle. Steel yourself, adventurer. The most difficult part of our journey is to begin. We will bring the fight to their stronghold. Only once has been a leader capable of commanding demigods and mortals alike. His name was Jared Shadowsong, and his ability to lead in battle was such that Cenarius and the other ancients placed themselves under his command. He disappeared for years, and his whereabouts were unknown. Until now, he is being held captive inside a twilight camp in the Dark Whisper Gorge. Your job is to infiltrate their ranks and free Jared. Speak to the one known as Ortil at Dark Whisper's Pass to the southeast. Hey there, I'm glad to see they sent someone of your caliber for this operation. This here's going to call for some subtlety. We can't risk Commander Shadowsong getting killed. You're here at last, adventurer, just in time as well. News of Ragnarok's emergence has sprung a large wave of recruits to seek membership in the Twilight's Hammer. If you're here to infiltrate the cult, the time is now. We will need recruitment papers signed in blood by referring Twilight member. Lure one of the new recruits away from the group and hit them with this blackjack. If you're lucky, you'll be able to steal his recruitment papers, bring them back to me, and we'll do our best to alter them. Excellent. I'll do my best to alter these documents. There. Not my best work, but certainly not my worst. You will be known as Steelmana Dominus among the cultists. These papers will bump you ahead of the recruits and allow you to speak directly to the Twilight instructors. Go to the proving grounds and show these Condena, the pitless. She's separating the wheat from the chaff. Show her what you're made of. Steelmana Dominus. Let's hope your parents brought you into the world with more than just ridiculous name.
I'd love to say that with the tides turning against us in Hyjal. Every recruit helps our cause and so on. But to be perfectly blunt, most of you are nothing but a burden. If I had a copper for every peasant who got too scared when the cataclysm hit and now wishes to join our side, well, let's just say I'd be a rich woman. Fortunately, we have checks in place to separate the wheat from the chaff. Go and prove yourself to the fiery instructors below. Hopefully you'll do better than the others. I suppose your abilities are suitable. Color me impressed. It is customary for new recruits to be sent on a difficult or sometimes impossible task. I was sent to obtain a black dragon scale. Last year's instructors demanded a feather from a phoenix. Your lot has it relatively easy. Find me a handful of flame blossoms. They grow around here in relative abundance. Oh, right. There will be a gigantic core hound roaming the fields to keep things interesting. Do your best to avoid him. So you managed to pass this part of the test without getting yourself eaten by smolderers or being incinerated by the fire elementals. I suppose I should congratulate you on ascending the lowest rung of our ladder. Well, congratulations, recruit.
Look at these fools. Half of them won't even make it past this trial. They're not worthy of ascending into our inner circles. But perhaps they are worthy of menial service. Take this gem and utilize its power to save some of the less competent supplicants. Those who have no chance of succeeding. Those already on fire, preferably. Excellent work, Ishkaldamus. I'm having the servants you chose for me briefed on their new duties.
You've proven you're worthy of at least participating in our most basic training. You'll find one of our settlements east of here. Speak to Instructor Melva there.
You think you're ready for the next step then, Ishtaldamuslet? See what you're capable of. Training to join our ranks is not pleasant. Why should it be? The path to serve the old gods is long, painful, and soul-harrowing. Consider this your first step. Take this pick and break the lodestone deposits found in the gorge. No, we don't need any of the ore. This is purely for your benefit. Very well. You're at least competent enough to figure out which way the pointy end of the pick goes.
It's me, adventurer Ortel. Don't look directly at the outhouse. You'll give away my position. Everything's going according to plan then. Excellent. I'm going to need you to obtain some intelligence while you're here. It might not seem like much to get our hands on a map or a letter, but it may mean saving 100 lives on our side if we can anticipate our enemy's next move. Excellent job, adventurer, or should I say adventurer Dominus? Give me a minute to read these.
It seems they'll let anyone in these days. Very well. You doubtlessly became acquainted with Smolderus in the proving grounds. Well, I've been entrusted with the care of one of his pups. Quite the little terror. If he grows up to be anything like his father, he shall serve our cause well. Collect meat from the basilisks around the area and feed them to him. Excellent. This little pup will grow to be strong and merciless like his father.
Before we go any further, we're going to have to get you into shape. Devotion to the old gods is not going to save you when some emerald dragon comes chasing after you. You need to be fleet of foot, if you catch my drift. Enough said. We'll summon your trainer. Your job is to run away from him without leaving this camp. Go! Oh, you're still alive. Not bad. You might think you're ready to receive the knowledge we're to impart on you, but you are not. Think of your mind as a box inside a series of other boxes. Each step of our training will open one of those boxes, until you are ready to achieve direct communion with the elements. Take the core of Ascension and answer all questions it asks of you, truthfully. Failing to do so could be fatal. You've succeeded, Ishkaldamus. You're ready for the next step.
This little guy is a true menace now, isn't he? We're going to have to give him a nice spike collar if he's going to be a fighting pup. The Basilisk Matriarch has made their lair off to the road to the Winter Spring. Bring me her spiked hide, and we'll fashion a collar for our little killer here. Excellent. Our pup is ready for a fight.
According to the intelligence you acquired, there is major friction between the ogres and non-ogres in the cult. High Cultist Azenius and the Ogre Mage Kar gone are meeting at the seat of the Chosen, in an attempt to ease the conflict. There is an outhouse like this one at the seat of the Chosen. Go there and put on this ogre disguise. Find a way to kill Azenius while he's in this mission of peace. We must exploit this division as much as we can. Excellent job, adventurer. You've outdone yourself this time.
You've made it this far. Others haven't. Go to Doom's Vigil, just north of here. We've rounded up all the failures. I want you to help take care of them. It'll be good for your spiritual growth. If this cold-blooded act gives you trouble, think of it as their second chance. Should any of them manage to kill you, well, they'll take your spot. You're on the fast track to success. Let us hope you don't ruin your track record with such silly notions as compassion and humaneness. Come then, let us discuss your future.
I don't know if you picked up on this, but there's a bit of a rivalry between the ogre members of the Twilight's Hammer and the rest of us. For me, it's personal. This one ogre called Grom Ko has a pet raptor named Butcher. He's taken out the last 3 of my corehound pups. I think this last one will fare differently. He's got a real killer's instinct. Go to the seat of the Chosen and challenge Gromko to a match between our 2 beasts. Humiliate him for me, Adventurer Adamus. That's how it's done.
We took Dark Whisper Gorge from the demons of the Burning Legion by force. We've held on to our territory pretty well so far, with one exception. We recently lost the gates of Sothan to a pit lord and his army. We cannot allow this to stand. Use this talisman when you're near him. You'll gain the powers of a flame ascendant temporarily. Make it count. Excellent work, Ishkaldamus. We must show all would-be competitors that we are not ones to give up easily. The demons of the Burning Legion think they can just walk up here and take whatever territory they want. Sure, the territory was previously theirs, but that's beside the point. We'll teach them not to cross the Twilight's Hammer. Head to the gates of Sothan and wipe out the contingent of horror guards that roam the area. Sharp as always. You do not disappoint me.
Listen, adventurer. I found out what they're doing with Gerard's Shadow Song. He's scheduled to be sacrificed by the ogres of the Twilight's Hammer as part of this year's initiation. I heard that the initiate charged with delivering the speech ahead of the sacrifice is an ogre named Okrog. But get this. You were a close second. We need you to deliver that speech if we're to free Gerard. Don't worry. I'll write you some cue cards. Just make sure Okrog has an accident as he leaves the seat of the Chosen. Excellent work, adventurer. Our plans almost come together. That settles it. Adventure Animus. You are head of your class. You will get a chance to address a crowd of the most fanatical, bloodthirsty, and certifiably insane people on this planet. Go report to your instructor for the details. But remember, your goal is to exploit the animosity between the ogres at the seat of the Chosen and the other, less privileged races. If all goes well, we will smuggle Jared out of here during the ensuing riot.
There you are, Ishkaldamus. I've been meaning to talk to you about something. I heard about the unfortunate incident that befell our poor friend, Okrog.
Melva looks to her left, then her right. She finally nods and shoots a sly wink in your direction.
You might be a better pupil than I had thought. You're finally ready, Adventuredimus. I am so proud of you and all you've accomplished. Today you will deliver a speech in front of your peers and inspire them to crush our enemies until Hyjal is nothing but a pile of ash. Remember, Adventuredimus, it'll be important to read your audience's emotions and use words that best address those emotions.
You're clearly not with them. An ally, then? I thank you for freeing me. Let us take advantage of the distraction you've created and get out of here. We must hurry before the cultists catch on. Meet me again when we've left this place. You have my thanks, adventurer. Victory is possible, adventurer. This portal is not just a means of bringing back scenarios through the dream. Think about it, adventurer. Once a gateway through the Emerald Dream is open, our forces can use them to move freely from Moonglade, Nordrassel, and even Wyrmrest to this strategic location. All Ysera needs is time. It'll be up to you to keep the Twilight's hammer forces in Dark Whisper Gorge from pulling together and attacking us from the east. Take one of the Emerald Drakes and hit them hard, adventurer. Excellent work, adventurer. We might win this one yet. I've been charged with leading our military operations against the enemy. A humbling task when you consider there are demigods walking among us. I'm going to have you carry out a series of hit-and-run attacks behind enemy lines. It will be important that you keep the enemy off guard and weaken their numbers ahead of our main forces' attack. Your first target will be the Ascendant's Rise, where the most highly trained Twilight's Hammer devotees have achieved a partial elemental state. You did well, adventurer. I have a new target for you. If we are to banish Ragnaros back into the Firelands, we will need to gain access to Sulfuron's Spire. Only the most trusted members of the Twilight's Hammer will have been entrusted with such valuable information. Go search the Ascendant's Rise for any written tomes you might find. Foul as they are, we cannot waste the opportunity to learn about our enemy's weaknesses. These foul books should not be allowed to exist. Yet the information inside them is of vital importance.
The egg is unlike any that you've seen before. Its translucent shell appears to bend the light around it. Accompanying it, you find a note describing the arrival of a fertile broodmother at the Ascendant's Rise. Perhaps you should show this to Aranus.
You were right to come to me with this, adventurer. This represents a great threat to us if we do not act swiftly and boldly.
The mad prophets of the Twilight's Hammer congregate in the area just north of the Ascendant's Rise. It is said that their dark visions are granted to them directly by the old gods. Whether or not that is true, they provide tremendous spiritual guidance to the cult. Attacking the sanctum of the prophets will deal a devastating blow to the enemy's morale, and if we're lucky, you might run into one of the Fire Lord's own emissaries while you're there. You continue to prove your prowess, adventurer. At this rate, Hyjal might survive this ordeal after all.
This egg you recovered is an alarming sign, adventurer. The Twilight Dragons are usually raised from stolen eggs from other dragon flights, which are then modified through dark magic. This natural egg is evidence that one of their matriarchs has become a viable brood mother. We must destroy her before her brood spreads. Go to the Ascendant's Rise, where they claim these aberrations are kept, and slay one of the juvenile drakes. We will use its skull to lure out its mother. You've done well, adventurer. We will use this to draw out the Twilight Matriarch.
According to these tomes, one of Ragnaros's most powerful lieutenants serves as the sole gatekeeper to Sulfuron Spire. You won't be able to defeat him alone. Sound this horn when you engage in combat with Azralan, and any of our forces in the vicinity will come to your aid. You must hurry, adventurer. It won't be long before the Fire Lord realizes what we're up to. It is done. Only the final step in your mission remains. Magma giants who serve Ragnaros are kept in line by their king's heavy-handed rule. Were we to take care of him, the rest will surely fall into disarray. Without the giants, the fight on the ground will get a lot more even. Perhaps even tilt to our favor. But felling the Magma Monarch will be no easy task. Use these drums to enlist the help of the great Tortola, who is capable of holding off King Moltron for an eternity. But holding him off won't be enough, and that's where you come in. Excellent work, adventurer. We shall soon claim victory in Hyjal. It has been an honor to fight along your side.
We've located the Matriarch's feeding grounds south of the Ascendant's Rise. She will be extremely angry to have lost one of her drakes. Place the skull there near the carcasses she devours. If she's anywhere in the vicinity, she will come out and attempt to exact revenge. We will have a surprise waiting for her. That went better than expected.
With his gatekeeper gone, you've given the Guardians of Hyjal access to Sulfuron Spire. Ragnaros will have no choice but to defend the main entryway to the Firelands himself. Go through the Twilight's hammer portal at the Sanctum of the Prophets and meet me inside. Malfurion and Hamuul will also aid us while the others continue to fight the enemy outside. Hyjal has been saved, adventurer, and it's all thanks to you. We've defeated the enemy's forces here, adventurer. But Hyjal is not the only place where our foes are moving against us. I've been informed that our allies in the Earthen Ring have put out a call for aid in a matter I've been assured is most critical. Speak to Farseer Krogar at the Western Earth Shrine in Orgrimmar for further instructions.
Your aid is most timely, adventurer.